morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a look at Flareon VMAX. Now, we did look at Flareon V the other day, but now we need to go and head on over and take a good old look at the VMAX. Now, we're not going to spend too much time looking at the V. We really are in VMAX territory here, but we probably should have just a quick little reminder as to exactly what it did. Translations from the lovely Antoine Boulet. And essentially, the Flareon V, right, for one colourless energy, did 20 damage, and you searched your deck for fire energy and attached it to this Pokemon. The problem is that 20 damage isn't very much, and when you attach an energy to it, you then basically sit there and wait to be attacked. And I don't want to sit there and wait to be attacked, quite frankly. I don't think that's very good at all. And then for 2 fire, 1 colourless, you did 120 plus burn. And I told you guys I wasn't a huge fan of this because 120 wasn't really enough damage. And with Welder rotating out and the fact that single strike energy doesn't pay fire energy, it was just too expensive and too awkward. Now, there has been a new item card gone and been revealed, Elemental Badge, that if you attach it to a Vaporeon, Flareon, or Jolteon, i.e. this dude, you do reduce the energy cost of its attacks by 1 colourless energy. And that changes things a lot, ladies and gentlemen, an awful lot. Because now it goes from 2 fire, 1 colourless to 2 fire. But actually, Welder's still rotated, and single strike energy still won't pay the fire energy. So you know what? Even with this new item card, I don't think I'm loving Flareon V very much at all. It's better, but I still want Welder. And don't get me wrong, we'll have Welder for a very short period of time between this coming out and the rotation, but it really is just going to be a very short period of time. And with this and Welder, I actually kind of like it. Go second, turn 1, this Welder smash. Don't even need to use your energy attachment for the turn. As it is, we can use stuff like Turbo Patch and attach for turn and this, and it's fine. But it's not good, unfortunately. I still do think that if we're going to make the most of this, we are going to have to be focusing on the VMAX. I don't think there's really much with the V, and when I saw this item, I got a little bit excited, but I don't think Elemental Badge actually helps us very much at all here, because we've still got an awkward energy cost, and that makes me a little bit sad. Now, as for the VMAX, what we've got here is 320 HP, which is just completely and utterly standard in pretty much every way. Same retreat cost of 2, same weakness to water, same fire typing. And we add in a single attack, but it's a single attack that makes me really excited for Flareon VMAX. You see, what it does is, for 1 fire, 2 colourless energy, discard the top 5 cards of your deck. This attack does 100 damage for each energy card you discarded in this way. Now, it is energy card. It does not have to be fire energy, which is cool, but it is energy card. So if you discarded something like a twin energy, that would not count double and do 200 damage. That would be 1 card, 100 damage. And I actually really like Flareon exactly for this, and I think we can make this work. First thing straight off the bat we need to mention, it is a fire and 2 colourless, and that makes all the difference. Literally all the difference. Because now I can double Houndoom attach for turn attack. I can go from no energy on Flareon to using Max Eruption straight away. And that is huge. That is absolutely huge. The reason I didn't like the second attack on Flareon V was because it's too awkward. Because I don't know how I'm getting the free energy on there easily in a post-rotation format. Here, I feel so different about it because I can pay that attack cost super easily, and I know that I can pay that attack cost super easily, and that is brilliant. Houndoom 2 single strike energy on, attach for turn, and I go. And even the 2 single strike energy becomes super important Because the general highest amount of HP we see is with stuff like Eternatus that have 340. So if I get 2 single strike energy on, I am adding 40 damage, which means I'm looking for 3 out of 5 energy to KO anything, rather than needing to get 4 out of 5 energy, and clearly that is a huge difference. And then don't forget that if you're not really dead set on having 2 single strike energy for the extra damage, we've now got that elemental badge, which means that you can have this 1 single strike energy from a Houndoom, attach for turn, and you're off. This elemental badge actually does make quite a big difference to the VMAX specifically. And yes, just to confirm, I checked with Antoine, it absolutely does work on the VMAXs as well as the Vs. But the other reason I like Flareon is we can look at the tricks that are available to us at the moment, and they work. Now, the obvious one here is the Oranguru from Sword and Shield that will, of course, survive the rotation. Lets you swap a card in your hand with the top card of your deck. So you put a fire energy back on the top of your deck, and you guarantee 100 damage. Now, that's not going to be enough most of the time. If you got 2 single strike energy, that's 140. That will get a KO on the vast majority of single prize Pokemon, but that's not really what we're looking for. But essentially what Oranguru does is it just fixes the top card. It means rather than having to get 3 out of 5, needing 60% energy, we now need to get 2 out of 4, needing 50% energy, so the odds of hitting it have just increased, which is awesome. But the other thing I love is that we got a reprint of Energy Recycler. So essentially what I'm thinking with this kind of deck is really simple. You run through your deck super quick, play a really fast, aggressive deck, and just play around with Energy Recycler. And then you just keep using Energy Recycler to put 5 energy back into your deck. It's a little bit sad that by the time this comes out, we will have lost Brock's Grit. That would have put 6 energy back into your deck. But we got an item card that'll put 5 in. I'm sure we will be fine. And that is what I love about this. I like the idea of using Oranguru, going a little bit nuts with Energy Recycler, and then going. And I think if you're playing Flareon, it needs to be a very much an all-or-nothing thing. I don't think there's any real half measures. Sure, you can play this as a tech in a single-strike deck and all of that, but I think most of the time what we really want to do here is just make an absolute, just flat-out Flareon deck, Energy Recycler to just fill our deck with energy late in the game, Oranguru to make sure that we've got everything we need in terms of guaranteeing the top energy is, well, the top card is an energy, and then just go from there. And you're going to have a really fast, aggressive deck, and essentially these are going to be quick games if you play with Flareon. You can just put this into a random tech, and I don't mind it as a random tech, because essentially the way it works is this. It's late in the game, I don't have a better answer, I need to randomly hit 3 energy in order to take this giant KO and win the game. And maybe I do and maybe I don't, but I'm not going to win if I don't hit the energy, so I might as well give it a go. I don't love it like that, but I think sometimes I like having an emergency attack. I like having an attack which probably isn't going to work, but you know what? If I'm absolutely desperate, I can cross my fingers and maybe it will. And Flareon will do that for us quite nicely. Again, we can go back to all of the tricks that we didn't mention a moment ago. We've still got Karen and we've still got Emboar, etc. So we can add damage to this quite easily. And then a lot of the time, we're not actually going to need free energy, etc, etc. I mean, if we play a Karen late in the game, if my opponent's taken 5 prizes, that'll add 100 damage. So now with 2 strong energy and a Karen, 2 energy will hit a 1-hit KO on anything. Bearing in mind Oranguru will guarantee 1, and now we need 1 out of 4 cards to be energy to get a 1-hit KO on anything. Come on. I cannot be the only one that thinks that sounds pretty gosh darn good. I like Flareon, but I am a very fast, aggressive player, so I probably would. But I think there is absolute potential here for just a ridiculous speed deck trying to smash anything. Is it going to work? Is it going to be too awkward? I don't know, I'm giving it 4 Wassies because this looks like fun and it can one-hit KO anything. But I want to know what you think, so let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.